The government recommends we do 30 minutes of exercise a day, and with new evidence showing the benefits of short amounts of exercise, health officials now say those 30 minutes can be made up of smaller bursts. Greener Journeys, a coalition of Britain's leading bus companies, and Dr. David Lewis of MindLab set out to investigate the health benefits associated with the short walk to the bus stop. They found that walking as part of a return bus trip gave half the recommended daily exercise.
In this study, we recruited volunteers and we asked them to make journeys by bus and by car. They made a total of 400 journeys by bus, and what we did was we equipped them with pedometers which enabled us to measure how far they had to walk from their home to the bus stop and then from when they got off the bus to wherever they were going. Now we found that when they went by bus, they walked around about 1.3 kilometers a day. When they went by car, they walked far, far less.
Jo Clayton is one of the converted. She takes the bus every day to work and her bus stop is 10 minutes away. She feels taking the bus is good for the environment. But she was surprised to learn that walking as part of a return bus trip can add up to half the government recommended 30 minutes of exercise per day.
I was always very aware of the greener aspects of taking the bus rather than jumping in a car. But I was very, very surprised to find out that I was walking about 1.5 kilometres a day just to get from my flat to the bus stop. So the additional exercise was a huge health benefit on top of being kinder to the environment by taking it in the first place.
1.3 kilometers a day may not sound very much, but in fact, if you were to do that 5 days a week over the course of a year, it would be the equivalent of running 8 marathons or walking to Paris. If you were to do it 7 days a week over the course of a year, it would be the equivalent of running 11 marathons. And I don't think people realize just how quickly small amounts of exercise taken on a regular basis add up.
I personally walk about 10-15 minute walk either end. I'm very happy with that.
I definitely leave your car at home, yeah, and go by bus every time.
Last year, 5 billion bus journeys were taken. That means that our bus travellers walked 6.5 billion kilometres.
The physical and mental benefits of taking regular exercise are really quite extraordinary. There are a huge number of very robust and beneficial changes you can make to your lifestyle simply by taking a small amount of exercise each day.
The cost of physical inactivity is conservatively estimated to cost the UK economy 9.8 billion a year. 6
out of 10 of those who took part in this study said they were very pleasantly surprised about how agreeable it was to travel by bus, and more than half of them said that they would now be swapping to the bus rather than using their car for 2 reasons primarily: because it was very much easier and because they were pleasantly surprised about how much extra exercise they could take really with no effort at all.